The Fly Fifer Podcast. Let's talk. Your chat, your way. This episode is sponsored by J. Couriers. The people who care for your delivery.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. And today I'm sat with another Fly Fifer podcast. I'm sat with another dad. And we're going to talk about his story, his life, and his fight for a child. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm sat here with Steven Daly. He's came to the podcast on the back of Peter Yule. Peter Yule put him in touch with me. Now, he's obviously, like everybody, like so many people, there's a different story there, a different outcome there. But very, very similar circumstances, very, very similar things that happen. And if I'm whistling enough, I apologise. It's just weird tonight. I don't know if this is my mic or somebody else's. But, Stephen, let's go back. Let's go back a wee bit. We know you're Steven Daly. Where are you from? What do you do? You know, who's like your closest? What's in your family? Who are you, basically?
I'm 40, from Kilmarnock, and somebody that struggled through the court system for contact with my son.
Right.
I'm an engineer to trade. I went off through school, good grades. I've completed an apprenticeship. Jumped into aircraft engineering. Did that until 2020, downturn through COVID, redundant, jumped jobs ever since, and I've managed to get myself back on my feet. Some point in my life.
So you're not a dafty, Stephen, you know what I mean? You're not like you're an educated man if you're an engineer. You've worked hard.
I'm an educated man, I've worked hard to get to where I'm now, but I suppose I can be typical
man.
West of Scotland man.
Passionate.
Can be passionate. I can be a bit of a daft at times.
And I've got to say that, like, don't be alarmed if this man swears, because the Ayrshire people, or is it right? Is Kilmarnock classed as Ayrshire? Aye, right. So Ayrshire people, Kilmarnock, all Irvine, all that way, doing that way. I've delivered there for years, and I was saying to Stephen, they're the most passionate people we have in Scotland. Yous are fucking passionate.
I'll probably piss a few folk off, but Kilmarnock's like the Bay out of Ayrshire, to be fair, but it's an absolute shithole, but it's my hometown. I do love the place. At the end of the day,
shiteholes in Scotland are many, brother.
It's a shithole, but it's my shithole that I grew up in.
Exactly.
So it's
fair enough. Aye.
Well,
so that was the past. Is that what, you're a young laddie there, got into engineering, COVID, or because I'm thinking age-wise?
I started my apprenticeship when I was 16.
Right. Okay.
So I left school in the year 2000. Fucking eternity ago now, but I left there and I went into an apprenticeship.
What age are you, if you don't mind me asking?
40.
40.
Aye.
Right.
So I went into mechanical engineering apprenticeship in the Glazier Metal in Kelly. Did my 4 years apprenticeship. Managed to get an HND in engineering.
Right.
My SVQ level 3 in mechanical engineering maintenance, and I did a year's experience, and I went into aircraft and aviation, and I was in there for about 15 or 16 years before COVID.
Right.
Since then I've went into Smith's Toys. I worked there for 4 months because I'm a big video gamer, and I was pally with the store manager.
Right.
So straight away he went, you know what, I've got a job for you to see what your next career move is going to be.
Right.
So I got in for 4 months selling computer games to wee Wayne's.
Aye.
Ideal job.
Road testing them and that, no.
It was. See, to be fair, I've worked for 26 years, 25 years. It's one of the best jobs I had because it was
really. The retail. Aye,
but it was. A lot of the mums come in, right? And you just get a wee smile, and it's like, you're getting.
What's what you're saying? The wife might watch us.
I had there's a lot of folk a lot of the moths come in that quite was taking on me because I had, prime example, one of my first shifts was a wee lassie come in, it was like for a Switch game, and I helped her fund this Switch game, and see every Sunday she came in religiously every Sunday to see me.
Right.
They talked about this game and how the next one she wanted to get and everything. I'm like to her mom, says, I'm trying to put a shift in here and work. Can't
get moving for your way.
You know that way it was nice, but it was quite at the same time you're like, fucking hell, man.
But maybe that was just a lane way. Here's a guy that knows the computer games and is listening to me.
I can, I'm a big Wayne myself. So with the computers, I can. But I mean, after that, I went on to it was care home maintenance again. I went back into maintenance during COVID. That was horrible. It wasn't nice. It left me. You were quite scared after it because you were going into an old buddy's room on a Friday and having a joke with them, and they were away on the Monday. An empty bed, and it was an emotional job. You took quite a lot home with you. And then I went into, I was a prison guard briefly, at Bohus.
Right.
Did not like that whatsoever.
Bohus being the HMP at Killy High.
Failed the riot training and decided to leave long after that. So I'm like, fuck it. I went into...
Were you actually in working or...
I was training and working.
Still at the training part.
It wasn't, you were dealing with... fighting with bombs, this kind of thing. It's no MD that's been arrested or in the jail and whatnot. You were dealing with idiots. No, so much it was maybe their fault. You know what I mean? It's kind of playing with the cards have been dealt in life as well. They've maybe taken a couple of wrong choices, like let's say being males, we all make wrong choices at times, which I'll get to in a wee bit. But after that, I mean, I went into the only job I could go after that was a janitor's job at the school, which I absolutely loved.
Right. Okay.
It was piss easy. Half of your day was a skive, but it was a good. I loved it because you got to see all the veins and whatnot. I mean, whether it was, see if it was sunny, you were out playing football, they were kicking a ball at you and you were passing it back to them, or it was snowing, you were having a snowball fight. So
there's a couple of things where you've had interactions with children, right? For instance. So I don't know about the retail side of it, but certainly going and working in the prison, you would have had to have been vetted. I'm pretty sure working in as a Janny, you would be vetted again.
You had to go through the disclosure system.
Right, so you went through the disclosure system at least twice, anyway.
Probably went through disclosure systems about 4 or 5 times in my working career.
Fair enough, aye.
So, kind of after I was a janitor for a while, and then during that time... So
I'm just painting a wee picture with that if you've been through the disclosure, there's obviously a background check being done on you.
During that time... at the working at the school, that was during the time it was what caused a bit of my downfall in life. That was when I split up with my kids' mum. It got to a point where after a few months it got quite heated between us because there was revelations came to light about 1 or 2 things. I reacted the wrong way, got arrested, and I was forced to resign from my job as a janitor working at the school because they couldn't have somebody working with them under that time that was investigated for criminal charges.
Right, okay.
Even though I didn't end up with
any criminal
charges and end up at that point because I was being investigated for it. And it wasn't just, it was a domestic argument. And when I was arguing there, the revelations kind of pissed me off a wee bit because I felt she had lied to me. I'd asked her a question 2 days before. She told me no. It came out. It looked as if it had been, the answer should have been aye, it should have been happening a lot longer than what was getting let on. So I picked up an iron and a wee bit of frustration and pushed it, or kind of threw it and smashed her cooker.
Right, okay.
No proud of it whatsoever. It was the stupidest thing I think I have ever done in my life, and that's where you see when you be, what you said earlier, being an educated man and not a dafty. That's probably a moment in life where you're straight away dafty.
Whatever kicks in the red mist or whatever like that. Just to add to what your story, my experience of that is because a very similar thing, a breakdown in a relationship. I was attacked and I pushed past this person to get out of the flat so that my daughter wouldn't witness any more argument, any more violence, anything like that. I was actually hitting the head with like a light or something like that. So I picked the light up, flung it at the wall and pushed past her to get out the house. Now, I didn't strike her, I didn't hit her with the fucking light, anything. I flung it at a wall, knowing what I was doing. I knew the light would get broken, but I pushed past her to get out of the property so that the argument would stop, and I was done for pushing past. I actually was told, had you said no comment to the police, you wouldn't be in court. I ended up going to court and I put myself in it because I told them the truth. And I said, yes, I pushed past her to exit the flat. And that's what I did, and I got done.
See, I think the ironic thing with me was, and this is where I don't agree with, was see when I was arguing with her on the phone,
right? Right.
She wasn't even in the house when I smashed the cooker. It was total frustration. Kind of where you're like,
she's not even there.
no. See, the only thing I was disgraceful the fact my kids obviously witnessed. I heard the bang and come down to investigate what had happened. And I feel, and even to this day, you know, there isn't a day goes by I don't feel like shit for that.
Exactly, same. But Stephen, who gave you the fucking rule book of what to do and what not to do in that situation?
When you kind of, I mean, I was with the kids' mum for 18 years, so it kind of, you know, that at that point. No, I'm not going to turn around. I'm a bit, kind of what Peter said, right? I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to bullshit you and tell you I was an angel for 18 years because I really
none of us will be,
human nature is, you know what, we all did stupid things. We all, it's, I mean, there was never any violence involved. There was a lot of arguments, like, but nothing. It was heated. It wasn't. I think the two of us had checked out the relationship a hell of a lot long years before we actually should have left. And, you know, we stuck it out for the kids and whatnot. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to slag her off for it.
There'll be millions of people out there that are still together just for the kid.
I don't agree with tactics that was used against me, but I didn't help myself with being an arsehole and smashing her cooker with an iron. That's, you know what I mean? I disgusted myself. And that's...
But come on, it was you weren't smashing her with an iron.
No,
there was nothing else. You can replace the cooker for fuck's sake, you know, at your own expense. You know,
one of the coppers had told me I'd been as well as because I'm going to get treated the same way as I would have. So straight away you're like, and I didn't know. I mean, at that point you're charged with it's you got it, domestic vandalism and aggravated verbal assault or something. They tried to make, and I'm sitting there going, "Are you fucking for real?" I'm like, you should have seen them if I got a far. It's like, right, you just go right, whatever.
And was it recorded by your ex?
No.
So it's all hearsay at this point.
It was word of mouth. To be fair, when the police put me in the back of the police motor, took me to the station, I turned around and went, "Aye, guilty."
Right.
Because I'm sitting there going, you know what, you've been a complete grady knob, right? And I'm, you know, I'm...
Yeah.
As much as, I mean, even my wife will turn around and back me up with this one, right? If I've done wrong, I won't open and go, right, I've done wrong. So I just went, guilty. I did, just to stop my wains going through all the shit, getting questioned. Because I'm going to tell you, you're going to court, but they let me out after about 5 hours. At this point, I'm in a cell and I'm fucking fizzing. I mean, that's... and... I hadn't seen my wee boy at this point after that. For my daughter at this point.
Again, you've put yourself in the shite there by admitting what you did rather than just keeping your mouth shut. Same as I did. I should have kept my mouth shut. You should have kept your mouth shut.
I should just have went, nah, didn't do it. But
knocked it off.
You know what? Me, I tried to do the right thing.
The right thing. As you do. You know, when you're no fucking guilty, so you do the right thing. Or when you're no...
My thing was that, you know, I see at the end of the day I was guilty because I did smash the cooker with iron, so it's like, I'm guilty, you know what I mean? I was stupid, I was a knob, and you know what, I'll take my punishment at that point, and I didn't actually realise how minuscule I think. I mean, it is it was a reaction to something. Yeah,
a reaction to an action,
and I didn't actually realise at that point how much it was going to go wrong for me. Because up to this point, even though the revelation, I'm not really want to get into the revelation what it was. I think a lot of people that know me know what I'm talking about.
Know what happened.
Because it's like, I maybe didn't use the best of words when I'm shouting. Telling my daughter's going, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, well, you better ask your mom, you fucking, or your new stepdad, and fucking, no, I said that way, I don't know. And it's, see that way, you're like, you know what, it's stupid. I'm like, it's totally stupid. And I've apologised, and I can't apologise any more than what I have for that. And like I said, that's the one thing she clung to through the whole kind of court thing was what I did. And
to the cooker. Fucking hell. Cooker's life's matter. Fuck's sake, Steven.
It's like every time we're out and I see an iron or an ironing board, there's always some sort of chocolate. It's like, for fuck's sake. But joking aside, right, it wasn't big and it wasn't clever. And if, for example, my ex is watching this, I will up it again. I'm sorry for doing that. I shouldn't have done it.
Right. So the drama around it, court, everything like that, done, dusted, finished with.
So everything's all done. Ultimately, I lost.
Right.
But I'll go into that when we get further done. Because at that point, with that kind of whole, like you said, reaction to an action, I had to resign from my job because my bosses weren't happy about it. Right. They got an anonymous phone call. And to this day, I've got my suspicions, but I don't know who it would be. You've got a guy working for you that's up for domestic charges, and you're sitting there going, "Are you actually fucking for real?" I mean, you know, it's. But at that point, I'm going to say it was very much at that point tit for tat, because
people like to put the boot in.
Aye, because folk were coming to me saying, "Aye, she's saying this, she's saying that," and I'm like, "Well, you know what? I'm fucking saying this and I'm saying that, and she's full of shite," type of thing. And it's like, but I've kind of came to the point where I don't think me and her could ever sit and have a conversation. Which once we get further, I'll go through this. I kind of showed you a wee bit about it, but there's I've tried and I've tried and I've tried the olive branch, and I've tried to kind of keep the peace, and I've tried to follow the legal process, and I get shafted, truly, to be fair. But after I resigned for the school, because I was forced to, my boss pulled me in and went, "We need to know about all this, we need to know about that," and I'm like, so I might not have a job. No, well, we can't have this, we can't have that. So
I'm just sorting it that way.
I get I'm like, that right, okay, I understood it. I'm like, right, so I resigned. So I'm sitting here at this point, right? Me and who is the woman who's now my wife, were together at the time, just kind of seeing how things went. On the Sunday we went to Flip Out in Glasgow with my wee boy and her kids. So this was a Sunday. I seen my wee boy on the Wednesday. I went into work on the Thursday. Basically, I was told if I didn't resign, they were going to sack me.
Right.
So I resigned. The next day, I ironically got offered or get my keys for my house, my own place. At this point, I'm like, great, I've not got a job. I've just been getting keys to my own house.
And this is the fucking janitor's thing.
Aye.
Right, so isn't it mental that you've lost your job because you fucking dropped the fucking iron on the cooker out of something that's maybe not even your...
It was everything that came after that. It seemed to be a chain reaction to this. And I mean,
odd, man.
I love my job, you know what? It was the shitest pie job I think I've ever had, right? But it's the one I had most fun with.
Right.
Because it's like, you know what, you were out in a snowy day and get out to a plant room, and the next thing you can, you were getting pelted with snowballs with nursery veins and primary veins, and you're like, you know what, fuck it, I'm joining in.
Join in with them.
And it's like, a lot of the mums, again, it was like some of the Smiths, right? You see, a lot of the mums were running at school saying, the new Johnny. Some of the lassies that arranged went to school knew me, and they're all going, "Oh, that's how he's a fucking mental case." You know what I mean? He's a good laugh, and you know what I mean. The veins are safe and good kind of steady.
The veins or drawn to you, sort of thing. You know,
you ended up with like fucking 30 or 40 wee pals at the school, and it's like, "Oh, you're the chat. Was you playing GTA last night?" You're like, I can't relate to it. And then you're going through the secondary school bit, and you've got like, this is a stupid thing, right? You've got Rains that ken my daughter, that ken you. You're like, oh, you're like, such and such as dad. I don't remember you were there when we get to carry it, and you're like, fucking hell. I'm like, shut up. I didn't buy it. I was there, but I was there when he was going it, but I didn't buy it. Like, it's like, shh.
Get me hung.
20 years out here, I'm fucked. It's like, I really enjoyed the job. It was good. I took a lot for it, and I learned a lot about myself for that job. But after that, I went to work for Tesco's doing home deliveries.
Right.
That was one of the things that stopped to come back and says, "Oh, you've something come back on your disclosure because you currently you've got something that's unspent." Right. I'm like, at this point, so they put me in a click and collect pod, and I'm like, "This is shite." So I goes, "I can't deal with this. You're dealing with assholes moaning about their shopping every day. Oh, you got this wrong, they got this wrong." I'm like, "I didn't pick it.
I'm just here getting you.
Don't want it, don't take it there." And it was at that point I'm like, "Is this what my life's become?" And I was just fortunate, obviously, during that time when I worked part time. No, that's when I accepted from my legal aid, because when I went through, that was when my part time job in Tesco's got me my legal aid.
Right. Okay.
I ended up getting back into engineering. I became a maintenance manager at a food factory. Right. During obviously when all the court stuff was going on, I then went back into aviation, and then I've ended up where I'm now, which I'm back being a maintenance guy.
Right.
In a factory. I'm not really want to say too much
about that because
it's a kind of protected business.
Yeah.
But around about December, when I was working at the school, that was when the incident happened, and at that point, it's like I was getting, Stephen can have the Wayne on that day, and that day. It seemed to be whenever my ex could be. See, whenever she needed somebody, I was all right to watch my wee boy. And me and my wee boy, you know, I mean, he's now turning 14, right? We were like that.
Right.
We played computer games together, and I mean, even my daughter. See, when my daughter was young, When my daughter's turning 21 this year, right? She doesn't speak to me because of, again, stupid things. She doesn't speak to me. Ultimately, what it boils down to is that day of the cooker incident, and then several things after that. It's kind of led to me and her for it. I'm sitting there going, you know what? She's no. I think deep down,
she daddy's girl or anything like that. Or?
I wouldn't really say it was a daddy's girl, but during my 18-year relationship, actually, I felt like a single dad.
Right. Okay.
Because the ex-missus was always working. You know, I had a full-time job. I worked overtime. I worked shifts. I still managed to do everything in the house. I could tidying, cleaning, ironing. Ironically, you know what I mean? It's like, it's like, I mean, I did everything. You know, I did everything I could to be, and I gave them everything they wanted. They always had the best of stuff. We never really wanted for money as such. We did get ourselves into debt and stuff because we did. When we wanted something, we got it. It was a lot of. The relationship broke down. Yeah. We were together 18 years, I reckon, maybe even half of that we should have been together, the other half it shouldn't have been. And I can admit that to myself.
So the parents maybe suffered a wee bit with the arguing and stuff like that.
Because it was a big adjustment for all of us. I mean, it seemed to be my ex didn't give two fucks, to be fair. Right. It was a big adjustment for everybody, but I mean, I got to a point where, I slept in my mum and dad's living room. I had a bed in their living room for 6 months. Right. I was basically, my full house is one room.
See, the Waynes, maybe that safety, that sanctity, that everything, dad's here, the protector and the mover of spiders and everything like that. Maybe the Wayne fucking... I don't know, maybe a bit of resentment for that, as simple as that is.
Was I a perfect dad? No, you know what, I was maybe a bit harder on my Waynes than what I should have been. Or sorry, I shouldn't have been type of thing. I was harder on them than I probably should have been.
Aye, but as you said, nobody gives you the rule book. You were a Wayne having Waynes, because you said you were young.
Prime example, right, we did... For my daughter was kind of 15, 16, we did let her go to house parties and have a wee carry it, right? Right. See, at that point, it's like, we had the conversation, it's like, we're probably better letting her do it because she's going to do it regardless, and we're better her doing it in a house
being able
where
to manage
she's safe,
it, where she trusts you and stuff.
Rather than, and you know what, I mean, she was really good at netball, honestly, outstanding at netball. She was tall, she was and she had a tryout for Scotland, and I did tell her the night before, you ain't having a drink tonight, not a chance.
Not a chance, no.
Mum overruled me, and the next thing you can, it was fucking 9 o'clock in the morning, you were picking her up to take her to a netball trial for Scotland, so I got it for her, you've been too hard with this. I was like, no, it's...
Nah, you can't, if you want to go anywhere with a sport, you can't be...
To me, I mean, I grew up and my upbringing wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best. I done seen one or two things which between my parents that I maybe shouldn't have done. My old boy, he did like a drink, and there was a lot of arguments I witnessed that I probably shouldn't have done, and a lot of things I remember, and it gives you a wee bit of, it's not like PTSD or anything like that, but it's like, put it this way, I learned quite quickly what kind of dad I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be this horrible...
I was going to say that you learn very early how not to be and how not to treat a woman. Because we spoke off camera in a very similar situation, very similar upbringing. And I've learned something about that it's that first 5 years, if that's going on in the background, that can really, really screw with your head a wee bit, you know, and it can take a while to open that box back up and dive in and fix it.
My mum's probably going to watch this and she's probably going to roll her eyes in this, but I'm 40, I'm an only child, and I sit there and go thank fuck type of thing, because I didn't need brothers or sisters to have to like I said, my mum and I can't really fault my mum and dad, right? My mum and dad were 16 when they had me. They were very young, they were when's herself type of thing. They gave up quite a lot to learning and living in life to kind of bring up this wee boy that, to be fair, they probably didn't want.
It's a big fucking burden on a 16-year-old away.
And it was
it's a big burden on 20-year-olds.
It was my nan and papa brought me up for about the first 6 years of my life, and I love they two, my gran and grandpa, my nan and papa. I love they two more than probably anyone else in this world. They two are like, they are my go-to people, and it's not that much. It's not my mum and dad.
What would they be saying to you doing this?
She told me to be careful not getting in any trouble. I did tell them I was doing it, and she did say that she would feel my nan and papa's half the reason I'm doing this as well, as well as helping other possibly dads that have been in situations, because my story it does. There's a lot of ups and downs still to come, and this
Aye.
is kind of what I'm talking about. And like I said, I totally they respect my mum and dad. I don't agree with some of the things that I saw and I've witnessed their upbringing, and it's it's all good now. You know what I mean? It's like at the end of the day, we're all adults now, and we're all. I'll probably get a bit of shit for maybe commenting about that, but
it's that. But why are you going to get any shit for commenting about something that's no yours to fucking carry? You know, as much as you love your mum and dad, as much as you care about your mum and dad, if they've had shit going on between them that's poured into you and you feel like you're carrying about it, it's time to fucking get that off the shoulder. And
I'm one of these ones where I tend to see if I went through some sort of testing, you'd probably find I've got some sort of autism in my brain or something, or some ADHD. I tend to. I worry about things and I let things get to me too much, and it's only because, I mean, that's, you listen to my ex-missus, I always put a cape on and try to help everybody, and I'm always I try to be the hero, and I'm really no, I just try and do the right thing. I mean, I use the term loosely, had a pal. She and her family, her kids, had a kind of a really bad illness, and I was there for her. And she turned on her back on me when she decided to get a new man. It's like he wasn't happy with her. Her best pal was a boy. That can't happen type of thing. And it's like, that's a lot of pish. I mean, probably I got on with women better than I got on with guys. I don't know why. It's always been. I've more, because during my time, I mean, I spent a lot of time paranormal investigating as a hobby.
Right. Okay.
And 90% of that's women.
Right. Okay.
And it's like I don't know what it is. I always seem to get on with women better than I go on with guys. I don't know why that is.
There's a lot of us like that, you know. Some of my pals growing up through life were lasses. Didn't want nothing to do with them in a sexual manner. But you know, that would have been like going with your sister or something, and that's not going to happen. I like to say that I kind of pair more with women is because I was brought up with four of them. You know what I mean? So I had three sisters and a mother, four mothers at home, you know. And I kind of think that's why I sort of get along with women better for some reason. You know?
I like to think I go on with maze folk. I mean, I kind of live, and I'm going to use a word here, and my missus is going to give me shite. Right, but I kind of live my life with the code, right? Yeah. You're either a good cunt or you're a cunt type of thing. And it's like, that's
come on, how many levels of cunt there is, though?
And it's like that's
good,
just
bad, ugly, nice, all right.
That's just how it's like. In Scotland, it's a term of endearment.
It is a term of endearment, aye.
But that's just the way I look at things. Like, see,
people will be like, listen to that language, but do you know you are? You're a good, bad, ugly, nice, all right, decent.
It's like
cunt.
To me, I just look at it as if it's like, see if I think somebody's a knob, I ain't going to bother my arse for them. You know what I mean? Like I said, I have got. See, like you listen to people, right? I'm quite popular between kind of like groups of people. See, like in the pub or drinking, right? It's like the wee kind of online group of friends.
A sociable cunt.
It's like no, really, because I'm quite anti-sociable, you know. But but it's like I've got a very small circle, right, of inner people that I do trust, right. But I have got a big load of people that know me and think I'm all right. So, but I mean the support I got during a lot of the shit I was going through, I probably didn't appreciate at the time because I had tunnel vision. It was like at that point. I mean, I spent the first couple of months after the arrest out for basically not out for revenge, but I'm like, you know what, I'm getting down, I'm taking somebody down with me type of thing. It was stupid, you know what I mean? It was idiotic, this, and but what kind of clicked with me was, and I mean, I'm fortunate to have her now as my wife, but Nicola at that point was in my life, and I kind of treated her like shite at that point. Because I had started at this point, started to develop feelings, and it's like,
no wanting her again.
No, man, I don't want.
Can I get in?
And it's like, where, obviously Peter talked about how he never wanted to tell her.
What kind of cookery you got in?
It's like, well, she knew about it all, because I mean, she did support me through it all, right? She could have turned around and went, because she, again, her and her ex-man has got that kind of, no violent past, but I think it was quite a lot of heated discussions, and I think there was a lot of things smashed, so it's like a wee trigger point for her.
Women are clever though. They've got spidey senses us men haven't got. They've got gut instinct and everything.
Well, to me, I'm sitting there going, the last person I loved treated me like an absolute arsehole, and it's like, at that point you're like, that's just So I had to kind of self-destruct a wee bit, and she did rein me back in and go like fucking. She didn't talk to me for a wee while, and it was only when I think it was about a week after we stopped talking, I got back in touch with her and I'm like, can we talk? Because I kind of feel as if I owe you an explanation. And we kind of at that point I did tell her ins and outs of why. I was worried to get back in and love somebody again, and that was my demons, and that's like I'm jeopardising a really good life with a really amazing woman for my personal demons.
Right.
And it's like, at that point, I'm not going to let the demons win. And she, I mean, I'll be honest, I mean, me and her have been together, we've known each other 3.5 years, and we've been married, we got married last September.
Just going to stop you there. Demons. What fucking demons? What's a demon to you?
A lot of self-doubt and a lot of confidence.
Right. So there's demons in the head that you're saying that are self-doubt and...
I had demons in my head because...
So where did they come from?
It was to do with the way I was treated after me and her separated.
Right.
I was treated like a fucking mug and an idiot.
By society, by the fucking powers that be, by...
Society saw me because I saw myself, you know what, see for me and her split up, for the first wee while I was like, I wanted to come home. I would have done anything to get home back to my family. And at that point, I don't know what happened. I think I was out for a day out with my mates to Glasgow.
Right.
Absolutely babied up, and they're all going, this Fanny here, he's just newly single and who's for it. I could always view myself as I was quite lucky because, like I said, I always thought my ex was she was good looking. I mean, she always thought
trophy bird.
I always thought she could do a bit better than me. I mean, I always viewed myself as I'm not really a prize catch for women. You know what I mean? I don't know what it was.
The first demon to exercise there is Stephen. She was doing better. So in her mind, she was away fucking about with somebody. I don't know if that's the story. I'm only thinking that's the story.
I
don't know you. I don't know you, but I'm thinking, well, why would you carry that demon? Because
I carried the demon because I felt.
Turn round and face it. Look at the demon. Look at it. Right, good looking woman goes with another guy. I'm assuming you've said nothing. I'm assuming that. Right. Good looking woman goes with another guy because she feels she can do better, or the grass is always greener on the other side. That's no fucking your fault. You can still be a decent guy. So turn and face that and look at it. There was a
lot of things, comments getting made to me and this getting said and how, and I mean, I did a lot of stuff. I mean, I tell you, like, for the relationship, I ended up. I went for vasectomy and stuff like that to try and help her and stuff like that. So you're sitting there and going, folk are saying to you, she can go in a wins with somebody else, but you can't. And it was some of her pals that said that to me, and you're like, straight away it was like they were downing me and they were downing me and downing me, and I was this and I was that, and there was stuff going on Facebook, and I'm like, I can't deal with this. It was comments, it was bullshit, there was shit getting in my way, and it's like,
I mean, you could have put your hands up and said, well, I don't want any more wins anyway, I've got to, I'm happy.
And I got to a point where, and this is where a lot of people like me are unlucky.
Right.
I was involved in a car accident.
Right.
And I'm not really want to go ins and outs of it, but
skirt about it then.
I think a lot of folk will maybe obviously know what it is, right? But my car crashed into a tree in Bolton Cross, and ambulances were checking me out and stuff like that, and I walked away. They actually turned around and asked me, how the fuck did you walk away with that without anything? It was obvious. I mean, they were planning the section of me that night.
Right.
I had to prove up my sanity, and it's like shit like that. I walked away for that, and then I met Nicola, and she's been, you could call her an angel type of thing. I'm going to big her up some rotten who's embarrassed her, but that woman saved me because I was in a downward spiral and it wasn't good. I mean, I was hitting the drink, big style. It's like.
So when you planted the car into a tree, do you not think that was kind of the wake-up call for you to turn and face every fucking demon that might be in that box?
Aye.
Right, now, listen, I'm going to use one of my pals' analogies here. See if you just search about in that box, what if there's a fucking light switch? And the demons turn into wee mouses? Again, and it's a wee fucking mouse making shapes on the wall, and you're thinking it's a demon, it's a wee mouse.
It's no, but it wasn't one of my better ideas.
No, but it shut a door and it opened the door.
I was going through a lot of personal stress, and at that point I didn't trust anybody. I became paranoid. It's like you were looking about who do I trust, because I'm getting fucking questioned. It's like, oh, you were here, you were there, you were with this person, you were that person. Who was that in your Snapchat story? And I'm like, how the fuck do you know about Snapchat story? Because I've not any use on it.
Right.
So there's like, you're looking straight away going, right, one of my pals is screenshotting shit and saying it. And it was like tunnel vision. It was like digging a hole, and it's like, you didn't want to. I was hitting the drink. It's like, I mean, I remember a lassie I don't talk to now, right? But it wasn't long after me and Jackie split up, kind of pally with this lassie through a mutual pal, and it was just solely friendship, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, but I mean, her name was Lorna, and she actually said to me, "What the fuck's your problem?" What do you mean? She says, "Well, every time I message you, you're in the pub." I'm like, see if I've not got my wee boy any night. I'm like, my only option when I went to Witherspoons, I get a garlic pizza bread, a hang of chips, and then sat and get butter into the drink. I got to a point, I'm like, downward spiral was happening, and I was becoming the man I didn't want to become. Straight away, you're pissed. It's like, you're going to pick your wee boy up the next day with an absolute roaring dicky a hangover, and it's like, it's no good. I'm like, this isn't good.
But there's a noise going on in the head, and you know how to turn it off, because as a wee boy you learned how to turn that off. You've seen how to turn that noise off.
I don't. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't. I made. That's when it comes in. I'm not perfect. I have made mistakes, and you know what? See, even at 40, I'll still make mistakes. It's like, and one of the mistakes I made was during that initial period when I was arrested, and this is just to build up to the whole kind of court battle with the family, which is my aim for being here today, is the family court side. This is just me kind of setting the story. Yeah. Now, obviously, part of me and her getting arrested, or me getting arrested, was I wasn't allowed to talk to her. Bail conditions. Right. Up for potential charges, bail conditions, you're not allowed to speak to her. So I hadn't seen my wee boy for 10 days. I'm walking up to school on back shift. He phones me, "Dad, I'm missing you. When am I going to get to see you?" I says, "Well, I don't know, pal." I says, "You'll need to ask your mum, because she's in control." Straight away, I broke bail conditions because I have made indirect contact. Now,
my bail contacted you. What you meant to do? Ignore your son?
Because I told my wee boy, "I don't know, you'll have to ask your mum. If your mum maybe bring you down." Because it's here at that point, it's like, see in the back shift, like I said earlier, right, the job was a Johnny, you're R&R, so it was a sky, if you know what I mean. I'm like, you know what, to my wee boy, you can come down, right? We can fuck about in the gym hall, we can play basketball and stuff. Did he go to that at school? No, right, okay. He was there at primary. A different one, right? Right. So okay. That was me breaking my bail conditions. And this is where the story takes kind of the dark turns when it comes to the family court, and a lot of shenanigans getting played. I mean, I had my mum and dad had the police at the door 2-3 times a day for up to a fortnight after that initial arrest, because I was getting fucking accused of all sorts. He's been hanging about the work, he's been doing this, he's been doing that. I'm not being funny. Oh, he's smashed his car window, he's done this. I mean, I had the post going on the door, "Where were you on this Saturday and this?" I'm like, "I was at my work. Can you prove that?" I says, "Well, I work in a school, there's like 9,000 fucking CCTV cameras. I'm sure if you go in, there's my boss, she'll tell you I'm on shift." I'm like, no,
doesn't make matters easy for the job though, eh?
No, but what makes matters thingy was, I think my support system I think there was a few folk around about me taking revenge on my behalf to my thing, and I'm like, "He's what, you at arrest, because I can't really help this. This is no, I'll sort them out, I'll sort them out, I'll fuck it." And I'm like, "Please don't." Says, "Just stop. Whatever you're fucking doing, stop it." Yeah. And I did say to several people in my support network, "Stop it.
Whatever it is, stop."
I says, "This needs to stop, because this can't continue." I says, "This vendetta needs to stop, because I mean, it's
not good for anybody. No. It's not good for the way. It's not good for her. It's not good for the cause.
I remember it was the week before Christmas, and the new Spider-Man film, that was it. Whatever the one was, the other ones come back. What was it name again? No Way Home, I think it was called. Home, right. Wheels. Sorry, my wee boy is desperate to see this. Right. It's all right. You know what I mean? Folk know who my wee boy is. Right. He's desperate to see this. I'm like, you know what? Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go and see it. And I remember the question.
Are you under the conditions at this point?
At that point, I was under the conditions.
No contact with whatever her name is.
I was allowed to have contact. I wasn't allowed to contact my daughter because she was a witness. I wasn't allowed to contact with my ex because she was a witness. Right. I was allowed to contact my son, so any arrangements had to be made through my mum. Yes. Any arrangements had to be made through my mum. So I took him to see Spider-Man. And my mum got a weird text message. "Do you know what time he'll be back? Because I need to know." And I'm like, "That's weird." Half an hour, my mum took him back. Half an hour later, I had the post at my door. They arrested me again for breaking my bail conditions because 2 weeks before that, I'd said to my wee boy, I don't know, pal, you'll need to ask your mum if you, because your mum's calling the shots. She actually fucking recorded that.
Right.
And went to the post about my broken bail conditions. They actually waited till after I had a great night with my wee boy to arrest me, and I get put back. They took me to Saltcoats police station, and
that's fucked up, man. That just.
But see the police that arrested me that night. They actually turned around like that. They were the nicest police I dealt with in that kind of 4 or 5 month period, right? Because the policeman went. He was there the day I was arrested. And he went, "I'm going to be honest with you, pal. I don't agree with this." It was the superintendent at Kilmarnock police station that was pushing for this. But that was shut down. That police station was shut down because of COVID. There was a COVID outbreak.
Right.
This was quite a lucky thing for me because they took me to Saltcoats. And I walked in straight away, and you've got the one that's in charge, it's a woman, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh, fucking great, here we go." Straight away, that policewoman was an absolute fucking godsend.
Right.
She went like to me, "I don't even know why you're here." She says, "I'll deal with us. Let me speak in your behalf and I'll deal with us." And see the police that were there that night, they were great.
Yeah.
They were great. There was a wee police woman came and sat at the cell with me, and she was like an agony aunt that night. She was, and I remember coming out, and she actually went like to me, she goes, "You know what, keep your chin up because you can do this." Yeah. And to me, I walked out and I phoned Nicola half 2 in the mornings. I says, "Guess where I am?" She goes, "No idea." She thought it was. She says she just disappeared off the face of the earth. So she thought I'd been on it again. But I says, "No, I'm in the police station." See, when I told her, she's like, "You actually fucking for real?" At this point, I mean, I think at that point, I mean, the first couple of months after my arrest, I think Nicola maybe thought she believed some of the things that was getting said. And
see, when you got the bail conditions put on you, where you can't talk to, obviously, you can't talk to the ex, you can't talk to your daughter because she's a witness, but you can talk to your laddie. Have you got a solicitor at this point?
Aye.
So what point is that solicitor saying it's all right for... How can he no talk to his son? How can he no direct his son back to his mum?
See, one of my bail conditions at that point, or the bail conditions we had, right, was contact can be made through a third party.
Right, okay.
So technically my wee boy is a third party. So that arrest was unjust in my view.
Yeah, completely.
I'm like, you know what, whatever. I'm not wanting my wains going through all this, so I'm like, right, whatever, just stay whatever. So we're up to court, they're like that, right, you're not getting charged, you're not getting this, you're not getting that, but we need you to make sure that the next 6 months you keep your nose clean, and you're basically on the good behaviour list. I'm like, right, okay, so that 6 months passed. That was the criminal side of it, and it was all done with. Right. It was all flung out, you'd no charges, but no. So you look at a disclosure from you now, clean. Right. Nothing on it. Nothing on it. I'm legal abiding citizen. Although I did wrong, right? Yeah. I paid for repairs and I did my time in a prove. And during all that time, that's when the family court battle. And the reason why I'm here today is because I'm in the middle. I speak to so many dads that's in the same position as me. I try and help them not to make the same mistakes I did through the whole family court system. And that legal battle system is an absolute joke. Right. Me being a guy, I'm not designed to win this straight away. I mean, it's
stacked against you straight away.
It's stacked against me. I mean, and I've got stuff in here. I mean, see the day my wee boy comes back to me and asks what the fuck happened, I'm giving him this. And see the day I give him that, see if my ex-missus is watching this, the one thing I will say to her, and it's not even a threat or a promise, or it's me being civil. If you're watching this, the day my wee boy comes back and talks to me and sees the shit that's in this, he's going to know that I didn't. As much probably as your
daughter as well, probably.
Well, I think that ship's sailed, to be honest. There's a bit more came for that. What's in this? Once my wee boy is old enough, then he can read that. He'll understand that I did fight for him. And I think that's where my daughter got her knickers in a twist through it all, because I was fighting for my wee boy and I wasn't really fighting for her. I'm like, well, you're an adult.
And you couldn't fight for her anyway because you weren't allowed to.
No. But at that point, I mean, she's 17 and I'm like, you're an adult. You can make up. I mean, I can't fight for a 17-year-old. And I'm not. It's like, And
you're not even asking for her to pick sides. You're just what to see her through natural. You're her dad.
Put it this way, right? See, for all people that know me might think, you know what, I was hard on my daughter. I was maybe a bit more strict than I should have been. I think she forgets where she is today. She's at Edinburgh University training to be a PE teacher. Right. See if rules and that weren't in place and I let her go after the riot, no. She wouldn't have had good grades and she wouldn't have got that. And that was something that me and her mum did push. As much as I believe I was acting as a single dad, the majority of my father and being a father, the two of us did put her in the right direction. And we can't have done that bad because, like I said, she gets straight A's and knowing all the grades she needed, and she's new.
And it takes two to do that.
Yes,
definitely takes two.
So I mean, that can be. I'll happily, like I said, be the arsehole in a story
Every story needs a bad guy.
I think once my daughter has kids of her own, I think she'll start realising, maybe my dad wasn't that's the knob that shanks her. But see, that day my door's open, she can come and speak to me.
Maybe she'll get to some point where she wants her copy of the Red Book.
Well, if she does, I believe she's probably seen the majority of that that's in there, because basically the last time I seen my wee boy, there was an incident in my mum's house, and I moved into my mum's house with a telly, my PS5 and a bin bag of clays. Had nothing. So my wee boy was playing my PlayStation. He had an argument with some wee boy and through the controller. I'm like, do me a favour, pal. I says, see the now? I says, I can't afford to replace that. So he get quite cheeky with me, and it was weird. And there was this.
What age is he at this point?
He's 10.
Right, he's 10.
He's 10. So my mum spoke to him, and he shouts, "What do you think my mum and my sister's telling me to say this and act like this?" And I'm sitting there going, "That's fucking weird." I says, "There's no way he would come up with it." And at this point, I'm like, at this point, see, because obviously I can't speak to my daughter at that point because of the conditions that were in place, I'm sitting there going, I can't even ask that. I can't ask that question. And he decided, you know what, I want to get home, I don't want to be here. So I'm like to my mum, right, take him up the road. That was the last I seen him.
Right.
Which
How long ago was that?
3 years.
Right, okay.
So that was, and during that, I mean, I went to a lawyer.
Right.
I'm not going to name the lawyer, but they are a well-known lawyer and they're getting slandered stupid the now for Kelly or they're one of three that's getting slandered stupid the now for Kelly for being basically corrupt.
Right, okay.
And
is it that same mob that Peter was going on about? Because he was going on about a mob that
they're linked though, I think.
Right,
I think there's 2 or 3 of them, I think, linked in a bit of corruption.
Aye.
Now, me being me, you know, I'm sitting there going, probably going to paint a target in my back saying they're corrupt, but I'm a big boy, I'm no fear for anybody.
The safest thing to do is don't mention them by name.
Well, I'm not. I would have
to safeguard yourself.
Aye. I won't name them, but
because there's slander, there's all this nonsense that they're very good at fucking accusing people of, and they know how to do it. They know the legal system, and before you know it, every fucking penny you've got is gone.
I did fire up a Google review.
Right,
it was quite funny because there was no response to it, and I think the reason why there was no response to it was because I know it was fucking truth and fact.
Couldn't come back to
my problem I've got, and like I say, this comes from the West of Scotland Mail, you know, I'll say it as it is. And if I've got something to say, I'm coming out with it. And anybody that knows me knows, you know, what he will openly say what's in his mind and what he's thinking. So I rattled off for this. But when I started the court battle, right, I went to put a contact order in place.
Right.
Because I was getting my wee boy whenever it suited my ex, and I'm like, you know what, I actually want to live a life. I want to set a routine for my wee boy.
Yep.
I want him to go, you know what, oh, it's a Wednesday, oh, it's this weekend, I'm going with my dad. Great, we're going to have fun. I wanted routine. Routine,
aye.
That was why I went, and I went to the lawyer. 12 months later, I lost. Didn't even see him, no contact whatsoever.
Right. So see the part where he's 10, Granny takes him up the road, you've not seen him, and then you go to the lawyers. What period of time have you not seen him at this point?
At that point, no, I went to the lawyer when I couldn't speak to my ex after the arrest. It was just after Christmas I went to the lawyer to put a contact order in place. Right,
and I take it, did the wee laddie, your laddie...
It was a month later, I thought it was the last I seen him. So I can only... And again, this is just total me assuming, right? He's heard one or two things said, and he's heard conversations in that house that he shouldn't have heard.
Right, fair enough.
That is my, and to this day, my view, and nobody will change my opinion on that, because at that point, the last I seen him was the end of January. I went to court in the December. I went 12 months without seeing him, and that 12 months was a hell of a lot of damage done.
Right.
And I believe there was a lot of things, and I mean, there was certain things that was said. I mean, he played a wee online group of people, and some of them were pals of mine's sons. And
Right, okay.
there was comments made that was weird.
Aye.
There was kind of, I'm not allowed to see my dad.
Right.
I'm not allowed to see my dad. I've been told I'm not to see him. And it's like, it was weird. But then when that was probed through all this with the legal side, it was all backtracked. I mean, there was a lot of back and forth, and she clung to me being a depressive state after the December incident. I mean, I did feel, I had a lot of feelings in me that I didn't even know I had.
Yeah.
Obviously with the car thing, the arrest initially, the second, I mean, the first arrest is just, right, at the end of the day, I did cause damage. I shouldn't have done it. Idiot. And I'm big enough to say, right, I was an idiot. And I did my time for all that, and I did prove myself to through the legal system, and it's no big, it's no clever, and I can only say any dad out there that's going through this, keep calm, don't give them any ammo, because that was clung to me. I had to basically prove sanity through a mental health team. I get this wee bird, Laura, at the mental health team. I had 10 sessions with her. I think there was only 2 official sessions. See, the other 8 was only because I had to go through them, and she's like, I don't even know why you're here. She says, I've never met anybody that's more sane and more. So we started, I think the other 8 sessions we were talking about just holidays and PlayStations and life in general.
It's almost like you get sucked into a stupidity set of circumstances that.
But I had to complete. I had to complete this for the court because there was a lot of demands put on me, and everything that was demanded of me through the family court system, I agreed to.
Right.
I agreed to lesser contact. I agreed to no overnight stays and whatnot. It didn't happen.
Right.
I agreed to all this. It didn't happen.
What do you mean it didn't happen? The overnight stays.
Everything
still happened.
No, nothing. It's even all the contact. Everything
just switch off.
Stopped.
Just
stopped. The only I couldn't contact her.
Right.
She blocked me on everything. Changed her phone number. She kept her old phone handy so my mum could message her. I believe the old SIM. I couldn't contact her. And that's when it started. It became quite nasty, and it was like battle lines were drawn, and there was steps taken both sides.
Becomes stupid, doesn't it?
You were making silly comments. It's like you were making a stupid Facebook post. It's like some. I went on a rant, and I mean, one of the silly things I did was I was told, no, during
it's
that,
not even anger though. It's like, what have I done? What have I done?
A lot of it was confusion, but again, that comes with me. A lot of people think I'm quite abrupt, and I am abrupt. Yeah. But a lot of people think he's been aggressive because he's been. It's not. It's just me telling it. You know, somebody doesn't like that. Fuck them type of thing, and that's. And I went through. I mean, the thing with my ex, 12 months. I mean, I didn't. It lasted 12 months. The court kind of battle. It was quite quick. But it was quick in an aspect of, you see the minute I get again what Peter said, right? See when I initially walked in and went, I've got this, I've got that, I've got this, and I made the mistake of telling them what my job was and what I was making. Right. So straight away they're like, ka-ching, 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 and it's like, fuck's sake. When I get made...
By the way, this could take up to 2 years and we'll need fucking £500 a month and maybe £1,000 deposit.
But this is where, see whoever it is that tipped off the school about my... all the stuff, I'm like, it did me a favour. Right. Because I get waylaid. Aye. So
because the job had gone at that point.
So initially, maybe you only spent a couple of grand to get to that point, but the legal aid system, it was so drawn out. Aye. I don't know how many times my lawyer had to probe my ex's lawyer for a response to a letter.
And they'll tell you that it's because of the legal aid system, sir. We've got no... manpower, can't afford the manpower.
The ex clung to this December incident, the cooker, and that's all the only ammo she had against me. But during this point, Nicola, I think, started to maybe, she might have had kind of doubts with me, but Nicola, she said that for early on. She says, I've got 2 stepsons who I totally love to bits. They drive me daft, but you know what? It's like...
It's her job.
Aye. I don't see myself, it's not as a stepdad, it's more like a kind of big brother kind of figure, because it's like, with they all have a laugh and wind each other up. As a house, just... Nicola stays with 3 boys, and it's just all banter, and it's just constant wind-ups, and it's like... Sometimes the wind-up go too far, but it's like... She's staying with 3 guys, it's like...
And do they see their father?
Aye, they see their dad.
Open.
Aye. But Nicola watched me quite... See, obviously all these accusations and stuff. You've done this domestics. You've smashed domestic vandalism. I think when you listen to her, she came for a relationship where there was maybe things thrown before. Right. she watched me for quite early on, and she opened her tongue and went, she's getting said about you. She says, I have yet to see one. She says, you can get pissed off, you can get crabby, you can get a wee bit kind of, no anger, but you can get pissed off. So she knows straight away. She watched me for quite early on. She says, you're so easy to live with. That's what she says. You're easy to live with. I've never been called that in my life. I've never had that kind of. It's like you're sitting there going, fucking hell. I mean, I can be. You're going from feeling like this total arsehole in life and a loser to tell that you're actually worth something. And I struggled with all that to start with, kind of coming to terms with it. But see, like now, I mean, you fast forward 3 years, we're married,
right?
But I mean, she supports me every day. Because this is no, I mean, as much as this was 3 years ago, it still affects me every day. And the whole ego battle, she was with me the whole time. And I think she doubted me until there was lies. She got mentioned in a lawyer's letter, and there was a lot of lies. About her too, in it, and she's like straight away going, all of a sudden something snapped, and she goes, I totally fucking believe what you're saying now, because but I mean,
everybody outs themselves. You know, I said it to my partner that I'm with now. I was like, I don't need to tell you all these things. Just watch. They will out themselves. They will.
She got accused.
It all happens.
She got accused of getting into her work, and she was in my work, and she was doing it. It's like, fuck off. You work in a supermarket. Anybody can get in a supermarket. Right. I walked in with my mum one day to get stuff from my house, and apparently there was a flap. Oh, he's in. Oh, fuck off. Seriously. What do you think I'm going to do in a supermarket? I'm in today shopping. I don't even want to be in this. This supermarket cost me years of.
Had I seen you coming, I'd have went the other fucking way, sort of thing.
But it's the fact, the embarrassment. You had a wee security guard. Oh, look, he's in with his mum. And it's like, oh, fucking grow up. Seriously, grow the fuck up. Honestly, it's like. But through my lawyer, I was told to say aye to everything. She was allowed to say no to everything. Which is the statement I showed you, which is highlighted in here. I turned into my lawyer now. I'm going to be honest, my lawyer was fucking useless early on. But at this point, I'm like, right, I've seen this process out. I need to go with this because I've now got legal aid and I don't have a choice. I need to continue with this. So I was asking my lawyer questions, and I feel as if I did quite a lot of a job for her. I says, look, mediation could be the way to go here. I says, me and we sit down, we talk with adults. I says, well, there's a referee there. I says, we come to an agreement with this. All this shit gets it just all gets sorted. And that
you should quote that line. While you're talking about just that one wee line.
Quote it because anybody that I need to find this. I've got so much in here. Now, this to me, this is a big statement. Where was that?
It was right early on.
It was kind of early on because I did show you.
You did. It was first or second page. There you go. There's the boy.
So I basically offered mediation.
Yes.
And this one was I'm not going to name her, but it says Miss Such and Such is also at the view that matters would only be resolved through family mediation if she decides that, insert my son's name, should have contact with your client.
Right. Now so family mediation is only going to work if
she deems contact with your client. Or my son should have contacted me. My lawyer did fuck all with that statement.
Right.
See to me in black and white. And this is not even an accusation I'm going to make in here. That is evidence of parent alienation. That then becomes, which is my new fight at this point, and I'm like, I want every single dad out there that's struggling with this. We can band this together, and I want my goal through all this is, and I will touch that when I can finish my story with the family courts. My lawyer did absolutely fuck all to help me.
Did you speak to the lawyer about that? I mean, that came for the lawyer, obviously. It was passed through the system.
I spoke to. I mean, I did. This folder. This is my Bible. I mean, there's so much stuff in here. Now, I've actually got. There's 3 different statements in here for my ex.
Right.
Not one of them match up.
Right. Okay.
It's 3 different stories. Whereas you look at mine through it, and everything's the same.
Aye.
Now, I've got. I've got screenshots in here of text messages, I've got this, that and everything else. I've actually got a list here I put down that was questions I had I wanted them to ask, which is in black and white, and then my spiel was the green. I mean, I've done a lot of work in this, you can see that yourself there.
I know, I can see it, aye.
I mean, it states that one of the things here was states that Mr. Daly is a loving father who would never deliberately hurt his children. And then there's a statement made that was understanding the December incident that's caused both children are upset, blah, blah, blah. It says that I've tried for the past 10 months. So the social work report states I'm low risk.
Right.
So at this point, there's a social work report done that says, you're low risk for this, you just want to see your wins.
Yeah.
But I was told, no, there's lawyers' letters, there's lies getting told, there's this. I mean, I've done everything. I done my lawyer's job for her there.
Yeah.
There was not one of that was asked. It was totally disregarded.
Totally disregarded.
So this went on for a while, and it did get a bit tit for tat. There was a lot of things. I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to be awkward, because she's been awkward with me here, and I said, I want my pressure washer, there's stuff in my house that I own, that I want back. And I got quite a bit petty, and I goes, you know what, if she wants to play the petty game, I'll do it. Go for it. So we did get a bit petty, and at that point, Nicola said to me, look, you've been fucking stupid here. Stop it. I went, right. So, like I said, I have made mistakes.
Yep.
And I will make mistakes. And it got to a point where there was radio silence for 3 or 4 months with a lawyer. Just didn't, and it's like, I says, no, push this to court. I says, if they're not getting back to you in time and under your time scale, we'll give her one last chance, we'll give her this, we'll give her that. And I'm sitting there going, you know what, fuck this.
See, that was the chances you're asked to give.
Aye.
And you don't get any yourself, but you're asked.
Yes.
Like, it'll look favourable if you do this. It'll look favourable if you do that, because I fucking had the same shite.
So, the first time I went to court, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and they got an independent solicitor.
Right.
The independent solicitor interviewed my ex, and I can't actually remember off the top of my head who it was that they got to speak on her behalf. Me, I got my wife, I got my pal, and there was some. Again, after that, I can't remember who it was, but there was folk basically backed me up.
Character witnesses.
Aye, it was character witnesses.
Yeah.
Aye, and then they interviewed my wee boy. He did use the words, "I don't want to see my dad. I'm angry that he's taking my mum to court."
That's just a laddie protecting his mum right there.
You know what?
I mean? You brought him up well to protect his mother, for fuck's sake.
It's like,
do you know what I mean?
You're sitting at this point, and
I would have done that as a way to protect my ma.
I had the conversation with Nicola as well. I'm like, I don't know what to do here. And then there was a couple of things, comments had been made on, I'm not to see my dad, I'm not with this, I'm not with that. And I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm fighting this. Yeah. This needs to happen, I need to fight this, because it was weird, because my wee boy's telling me, I don't want to see my dad, I don't want to talk to him. Or through this independent.
But he's not telling you that.
No, but I'm getting missed calls on my phone from him. It's coming up. It was like my boy's name in my phone. I'm like, we're watching a film. I goes, I tried phoning him back. Oh, it was an accident. Right. He's actually tried following my wife and that on TikTok and stuff like that. So there's times where he's reached out. Yeah. And it's almost as if he's reached out and then went, oh shit, my mum's not happy, or he's been caught. Again, it's just all speculation. I can't, unless I can get 5 minutes with him, I can't to talk to him. I can't for him to openly vent and talk to me. It's not an option I've had. I've never been given the opportunity. Yeah. So the aftermath for this, and basically, in a gist that my lawyer basically wanted me to say aye to everything and go with it. Basically, let my ex call the shots. Right. Yeah. So I dared question this, and I'm the bad one. No. Fast forward, it went to court. Lost. I was treated like an absolute scumbag in that court with that. Right. I was accused of this, that, and everything else. Now, I walked in to my lawyer on the Friday and was told, you're going in here to lose. Right. I did get told that, you are going in here to lose. And I'm like, well, it's your job for me to win. It says, you need to fight this. Mm-hmm. Well, you know, there's this has came to light because this has been made. My daughter changed her name from my surname to her mum's. Right. Okay. This has been made online. That this has been said and that's been said. I'm like, you actually fucking for real? I'm like, oh, this is your ex's all of a sudden had a message from your old TikTok account, and I'm like, my old TikTok. I don't have an old TikTok account. Somebody had made, and I believe it was all a set up. Somebody made an old profile with my name on it and copied it and sent a message on it, and I'm like, yeah, actually for real, because I've only ever had one TikTok account to my knowledge.
Which anybody can do. Anybody can do that with social media, TikTok, fucking Insta.
So
anybody can make
I said to her, well, let me see it. She said, asked to see it. I says, that's, if she's coming out with that fish,
evidence.
I said, but what I was told through the 12 months of kind of the court battle was, or through all the legal fucking fight, it needs to be about your wee boy, you seeing your son. It can't be about you and her, you and her. But she was allowed to make it about me and her all the way through. It was always all the way me.
Through. Same on my battle. No, exactly the same.
I stood up and went, I've done this wrong, I've done that wrong, I have made mistakes, I have done this, and I apologise, blah blah blah. Now, see for her side, you never got that.
No, you got every reason why you shouldn't.
I don't care what kind of relationship anybody's got, right? I mean, I've got a great relationship with my wife, but there is times where we have get grumpy with each other and we're both in the wrong. One time she's in the wrong, I'm in the wrong. So I went to rephrase it, I'm always in the wrong. I'll just put a disclaimer. But
one time she's in the wrong, but I'm really in the wrong.
and that's even she says that. She says, see, a relationship at the dying days is no good.
No.
She says, the people are going to... And
it's one-upmanship at a certain point as well, you know.
Not even that, but see, like when that relationship I had, my ex was dying long before it. And there was strains and there was cracks, and it's like whenever I tried to fix them, it's at that point I'm sitting there going, I think the two-ways checked out so long before it did, because it got to a point it's like, fuck it, I'm getting out to the pub. You're not coming in, I'm on my phone off, I'm not listening to you. I slept on a couch for like 6 months before we split up, so it's like,
I had the same situation with my, just to give you some content to who you're talking to, exactly the same thing. For about 2 years, there was nothing, no relationship, no love for each other, but we were staying together for the bairn. 6 months before we split up, I didn't find out until I left. Things had got that dark. I left because I just had to for my insanity. And it wasn't until I left that then I found out from a guy I used to do work with, his wife phones me up, do you know about this? I'm like, no, I'm all the bad ones under the sun at this point because I've left another woman way away. She'd been doing the dirty with this guy for at least 6 months. That his wife was telling me. Now,
fuck's sake.
I was like, why the fuck did you not tell me 6 months earlier? Because I'd have left 6 months earlier. There wouldn't have been an argument. I got angry about being told I was this, that, the next thing, no good, deadbeat dad, all the usual shit. And it turns out I was the kid, I was the sensible one. The one that was saying, look, we're over, we should go our separate ways. Fuck it, I'm off.
To me, I mean...
But the narcissistic person I was with, everything was my fault. I did everything the wrong way. Crazy, mate. I'm only telling you that because I understand what you're talking about.
See that, I'm not going to turn around and tell you that all 18 years, everything was my fault. Wasn't it?
Wasn't it?
No, everything was her fault, no, everything was mine. It was
it's a relationship.
It was, we were toxic together, but I met her when I was 19, she was 18.
Right.
But then, again, it's a bit similar to what I said earlier, my mum and dad, right? They didn't get to live a life because they had we met in December. She fell pregnant with my daughter on the February. So we're together for 2.5 months and she fell pregnant. So straight away you're like, oh fuck, I'm an apprentice. I'm like, this is scary.
You don't know what to do, you young laddie, I'll fucking do the right thing.
But I did do the right thing, and it's we brought money in. We moved in with her mum and her partner for a wee while, which was hell. It was a fucking nightmare because I just did not go on with them. I didn't go on with them. He spoke to her mum's man spoke to me like I was a fucking absolute fucking arsehole.
Right.
And they just looked at me as if I was just a wee scumbag for killing. They got the daughter pregnant. And it didn't matter how much I stood up. And, I mean, I painted a bedroom in their house and they were winning the poo, and my daughter had the best of gear, and it was the best of stuff. I mean, and see on the day, I remember the day my daughter was born actually, and it was the best day of my life.
Right.
And I don't care what my daughter thinks of me. She's entitled to her opinion of anything she wants of me. If she wants to believe stuff that she's heard, then that's up to her.
You've made her who she is.
But
she's where she is because of you. Party, it's because of you.
I can be quite stubborn, and it's like...
maybe there's a chip off the old bloke there then.
Like, she definitely gets she's got red hair, she's definitely fiery, and it's like, you know what, I don't have to worry about her because she can handle herself. And if she ever does decide to want to come and talk to me again, then
the door's always open, I'm pretty sure.
But it's the same with my wee boy. And to me, questions started to start being asked about how dads have actually got to go to court to get, or lawyers even to see their kids. Questions now have to start. I mean, to me, there is so much I've got in here that points towards an alienation from play. And this is what brings me to kind of being here today. You know,
there's a value in that though, Steven. That's not free.
No.
You know what I mean? That solicitor has probably made best part of 10 grand.
Yeah,
and I bet you it's more. You know, I was a pain because I had 2 businesses at the time, right? Now, this isn't about me, I know that. But that probably, the legal aid probably got them about 10 grand easy. I was 18 grand over 2 years, right? And I'm paying and £1,000 a court appearance for 20 minutes. £1,000 a time. You know, it's crazy. So that's money to a company, a lawyer, solicitor, soliciting. You know what I mean?
See to them for it being finances and stuff. That's my life.
Aye, exactly. But you're just a number. You're just like you're a cash cow.
See the amount of the amount of blood, sweat, tears,
and to the solicitor, no disrespect to solicitors, it's roll up. Oh, Stephen, come on down. You know,
my kind of upbringing was crying and being upset was a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
And I remember the Friday, the lawyer told me you're going to lose, and I remember getting home. I remember, it was in Nicholas, I didn't live there at that point, I went in and sat down, and I remember I burst into tears, and I just couldn't stop. I mean, I was actually sobbing, and it's like, I don't really know, it was hard.
Yeah. And
see what made it better? Nicola went and picked our boys up, and the 2 of them came in and went, my mum's told us, are you alright? And see, at that point, I'm like, I can't even remember the age they were. Robbie's the same, my stepson, oldest one's the same age as my boy.
Right.
The 2 of them, I mean, I've got a lot of respect and a lot of love for the boys because they helped me through so much without even realising that they did it.
Just being themselves.
But Robbie and Alfie, the 2 of them, just, even though, and Nicola, the 3 of them, helped me through so much, and I can never repay the help and the support that they've gave me.
Yeah.
I can only be the best husband and the best stepdad that I can.
And by all accounts, from what I've heard, I think you will be.
To me, I mean, I get it. I get a bit of stick for what my new opinions are. As much as I am a father, I feel as if I'm not. I don't view myself as a dad, but I says I'm not a dad anymore.
Stepdad to them, you'll never be their dad. They've got a dad.
But even with my own too, I don't feel that I'm a dad anymore.
Yeah.
And I've kind of.
But though you can't. They can't. That can't be taken for you.
But in my head, and this is where I'm going back to the other rank or something. Probably rang with me at some.
You got copies of the birth certificates?
Yes.
You've got copies of them. Every time you feel that bullshit, get that bit of paper out. Oh, I'm a dad.
But it's me.
Slap. I'm a dad.
But one of the lassie I know at school, still speak to her, and her husband's one of my best pals. And I said that to her. She fucking went mental at me. Stop thinking that way. And it's like, it's just how I feel. It's just my best way I've got a coping right now. I'm not a dad. And people tell me, You've got the 2 boys and all the step boys. It's not the same. As much as I love them, it's not. I'm not a dad.
Of course, it's not the same.
And I can't give. And this is something that's, again, it's quite hard on all.
Well, here's a scenario for you, right? Just before you crack on with anything else. What if your boy sees you saying, I'm not a dad? You fucking are a dad. You ain't taking that away. No one is taking that away, Stephen. So Get that wee fucking demon wrapped up in a ball and chucked to fuck. You are a dad. That proves you're a fucking dad.
I know.
You know, 12 months, 24 months of your time proves you're a fucking dad. So you need to get in that box where that wee doubt lies and fucking rummage about with it and find out what's telling me I'm not a dad. The legal system?
I just feel so beaten.
Your ex? Fucking, you've got 2 bits of paper somewhere that say, father, bosh, you. Yeah. That's the best fucking doodle you'll ever have in your life. Yeah. It's 2 doodles that say, Stephen's a fucking dad. Oh, he's also got 2 laddies that are looking at you like a father figure, part-time, granted, because you're stepdad. You'll never be their dad, but you'll be the best fucking stand-up guy that's in the house that they're in.
I try to be positive. I try to be a positive influence on them. And I mean, even that's what when the wife says, he goes, all this shit that you've been accused of and all the crap. And she says, it's all game points. She can see through it all. I mean, that's the one thing I'll say. See, my wife analyses everything. Good. And see, from the first day when all this kicked off, she has analysed me and she's watched how I've dealt with shit. I mean, I've had people tell me, she goes, I say, I don't even know how you're still standing. I don't. You've fought through so much, and that's just where my story differs to. I mean, I'm so glad when you look at Peter's story. I'm so glad he won and he got it, because that guy, he is a stand-up guy. Yeah, he is a stand-up guy.
And listen,
and I know
you and I had a conversation off camera when we first come in, and it's a familiar place to me. And you are a stand-up guy. You fucking are. You have to be. You're here now. You've got a wee red book that proves it. Is this fucking this is your fucking life. You know what I mean? That's not your life. That's a segment. It's a chapter.
To me,
what you went through as a Wayne to be the guy that's sitting opposite me now is a fucking strong character. No, just some fucking guy that's hard on his luck. Strong-willed character. Seeing what you've seen. Because I fucking seen it myself with 4 mothers. 4 of them. You are not in any shape, form, a fucking weak person. And you're a dad to the 2 kids. Whether they want to admit it or not, you fucking are. Please delve deep into that and understand. The shite you've went through in your early days to put you where you are today, it'd be easy for you to just fucking hit the ball. You tried that, crashed the car into a fucking tree. Who's still here? Have we got a different guy? You know what I mean?
This court and everything that's in this red book took so much from me, and I can't change mistakes I made.
No, you can't. No.
And I can't. It's like the 18 years that I was me and her together. There was some fucking doozies. I made mistakes, but it was never anything really bad that could split the family up. It was always, I mean, it was stupid things. It's like,
again, back to the rule book. Nobody gives any as a fucking rule book on how we do this.
You used to get, I mean, it's...
If best part is fucking watching EastEnders, Coronation Street, all that shite, they're all arguing when they're fucking battling with each other.
I'm not, I mean, it's the one thing I've got to say, right? You see, I could say so much, right? And I do have an opinion of my ex-missus, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to.
But you're not here to browbeat her.
I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to slander her. I've said what my opinions of the whole scenarios that happened with the separation and what I have been told was the reason behind the separation and the evidence. I mean, how it all kicked off was I found messages on a smartwatch. Well, I didn't find them. Somebody else did and came to me and says, "What's all that about, Dad?" I'm like, right, okay. I'm like,
at this point, it's broken anyway, because you admitted that already.
You're looking through this going, fucking hell, this is great. It's like, aye. But I took pictures of them all. You get all the picture, you're imagining it, you're this, but I'm not imagining this because I've got the photos of it. It's like...
See, at that point, though, the relation's already broken. We've had that discussion earlier on in this. So, at that point, it's the natural thing, one-upmanship. It's a game. It's a fucking game. You want to win it. But it's a game that you're both playing.
To me, what I felt was, I was honest with the ex that I had met somebody at this point.
Right.
I was in it, it's like a few months after me and her split up, I have met somebody. I said, I did say that to her. But I turned and said to her, we had a meeting 2 days before it because we were talking about Christmas and how things was going to happen. And And I did open the turn and says, it's like, you see her on her phone, it's like, smiling, it's like, you met somebody because you seem a bit more settled. Nah, I'm like that. And then see with this, you realise at that point, it's like, mug. It's like, you have been made, and again, I'm going to use the word the wife doesn't like, you have been made a rip-roaring cunt of, and it's like, oh, man. It's like, and see the whole smashing the cookie with iron, it wasn't frustration or anger towards her, it was me. Right. It's like, you fucking absolute idiot.
How did you not see that coming?
Fucking Stevie Wonder could fucking see it. People had said to me, look, this is, I guarantee you, because there's like a kind of an unwritten rule. See, if somebody leaves a relationship, they don't leave a relationship.
When two hearts break, they don't break even.
No,
never.
They don't.
And you just annoyed that it wasn't you that jumped ship first? No. I
should have.
So are you angry because she did?
No, I was angry with myself for
being an idiot, for putting up with it for however long. Guess what? You're not a fucking idiot, mate. I've just met you. I know you're not an idiot. You're an engineer and all that.
And here you're sitting at that point going, mug, idiot. That's an explosion. It was like lighting the fuse to a fucking firework. It's like bang, fucking fuck this, that, and everything else. And fucking, you know what? I had an argument with her on the phone. I drove down to her work. Fucking lost the plot. We're on the phone. Said, right, fuck it, I'm not doing this here because this is what she wants. And I went back to the house. We're still on the phone arguing. That's when the incident happened. And it's like, see me, I'm stupid, right? I'm sitting in the back of a postmortem, got arrested. And I sent my message to the boy. It was, said, see you're a fucking dead man. And it's like, straight away, you get the balls to get your phone back. And I'm going, fucking idiot. You know, 5 hours later after being in the cell, you calm down, you're like, idiot. You've reacted to that and you look like a fucking knob. And you've gave her all this ammo, and she did cling to that. She clung to mental health. I mean, I did struggle. And without getting into it again, we spoke about it earlier, right?
You just fell for all the traps.
I did. I fell for everything.
It's a game. You jumped into fucking every wee box that the game has.
This here, the time this whole time went to court and all the stuff, and see if you had to stand there and get told 2 weeks before or a week before Christmas that you're not seeing your boy, straight away you're like, fucking hell, man. I'm like, because at this point I had a bag of Christmas presents and where me to give him or to give a hand over, and I walked out the court and I didn't even speak to my lawyer. The judge just said what he had to say, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I just got him walked out. I tried to talk to him. I says, am I allowed to speak here? No, you're not. I'm like, prick. Straight away you're like, this judge is an absolute wanker. And my lawyer was like a rabbit in the headlights. Tits in a bill and a chocolate teapot would probably be more fucking use than this woman that I had. And I always remember, see when I went in, I always thought, she's got a resting bitch face and she looks like it won the grade A cow, and you're like, yes. I'm like, she's quite a strong, formidable woman. I'm like, brilliant. She's going to fucking tear strips off my ex, and and that's what I need. She's a woman, she'll understand me, she'll know what I'm wanting to do. Like, my fight's real. Mistakes that they made, I mean, my wife phoned up the lawyers and managed to speak to her, our secretary, about info in my case. And I'm sitting there going, how the fuck did you anybody could phone up and ask that? No, nobody should have been. Like I said, after all this, I started looking into where, like, the whole family court system and how, and I tried to push for change. I met with MPs and I met with the local kind of minister guy that goes to the Kelly that goes down to Westminster and whatnot. So you've got your MP and you've got your local MPs and stuff. I met with a few of them and tried to help, kind of try to get something in Parliament to try and change the stigma. Because see, as a dad fighting for your kids, there's a stigma behind it that you're a scumbag. And 9 times out of 10 the court view you as a scumbag. You get the 1 time out of 10 like Peter that wins, and it's like, fucking good on you. Didn't win with fight or foot? No. Didn't he win with foot or fight? No. But on occasion, I mean, as a dad, you're not built to win through the court system. You're straight away, I mean, you're treated like a fucking the system's stacked against you. The system is 100% stacked. That's right. I went to lawyers to put contact in place with my son, and I lost. I left with nothing, not even having that. And I was told to say aye to everything. She said no to everything.
Right.
I had to prove sanity, I had to prove this, I had to prove that, I had to prove... What did she have to prove? I had to admit that I'd made mistakes. She's still adamant to this day, I'm 100% the Antichrist. And it's like, fucking... At what point of that... And this is where the embarrassing thing comes from, because I remember the day of court, and my lawyer sitting talking to her lawyer, and they're having a laugh and a giggle about some course I went to. Oh, remember the wine? Oh, it tasted... Oh, no, that was good to die for. Oh. And I'm sitting there at this point going, are you fucking kidding me?
That's certainly something they should have been having without you there.
But they're sitting giggling and laughing, and I'm actually going like that to her. Are you fucking for real? This cow is trying to take my fucking son off me. I'm like, and this is where I'm, and my blood's fucking boiling now. Think about this. It's like, this fucking cow's trying to get my fucking contact with my son off me, and you're sitting tee-hee and talking about fucking wine at a conference you were at. Fuck up. Grow a set of boys and fucking downer. You know what I mean? Fucking, I want you to rip them fucking apart in here.
But they're pals. She
did fuck all. Now, my lawyer was like a fucking rabbit to the headlights, and she looked fucking clueless when the judge started fucking... you've said this, you've said that, and TikTok. Well, fucking show me the evidence, because I've said nothing. It's nothing to do with the abusive messages I've been getting, or phone calls, or fucking, you know what I mean? I've not once mentioned that. So why have a son? Because somebody...
It's kind of weird that you're thinking, like, why is that about TikTok? Who said what said? I just want to see my son.
The funny thing about this was I was told not to make it about me and her.
Exactly.
No, it was made about me and her for the other side. Now, all of a sudden, there's apparently a message been put up that your daughter, or my daughter's name's no such and such. It's Daly. And I'm sitting there going, I didn't make that fucking comment. It came for your profile, your old TikTok, and I'm like, bullshit. You know what I mean? Somebody's made that profile and sent this under this guy's a kid on it's me. The
game. Back in the game.
12 months before this, somebody phoned my boss and says, he's this, he's that. So I had to raise it. And it's like, you're sitting there going, I can see the game that's played here. How can my lawyer not see, who is a fucking trained legal fucking person, not see this? How can a judge sit there who's meant to be the law of the land not fucking see through this bullshit?
How could you not see that you were player one in in a fucking game, the legal game, which I am player one?
Is why since then I kind of sat on it, and I did a lot of research into the family, and I tried through the MPs to change, and I tried this. Fortunately, well, I get talking to a boy who unfortunately didn't. The system went against him, and it was. I'm not really want to take somebody else's kind of tragedy to hang of this, but
I think I've heard of the one that you're
leaning
towards.
Me and the boy had a conversation about corruption and how the link between lawyers and stuff, and it's like, see when you he's got a fucking point here. See when you look at how and we shared the same lawyer, we're part of the same lawyers, and it's like, fucking hell. And poor boy didn't make it through it all. And me sitting here the day after having conversations, he started something. This is a fight which I'm more than happy to stand up and help finish.
Right.
It's about time dads stuck together.
This is UK wide.
Yes.
There's a UK wide. We're only talking about the legal system to see our kids. There is a whole other big beast out there that we've ought to fight that you cannot fucking fight.
And to me, this needs to be highlighted, that there is issues within the family court, and the full system from top to bottom needs reassessed and needs looked at. There needs to be one of these independent inquiries into how all this, and because I mean,
we know that. We know that that's what it needs. You and I fucking know that that's what it needs. Thousands before us know that that's what it needs. But guess what? It doesn't make any money if it's even.
No.
You seen that place you went into, the sheriff court? There's a lot of stuff that needs paid for in there. The wee clerk at the desk, the wee guy that frisks you. What happens to all these guys? Because they make no money out of the criminals. The criminal boys didn't come with any money. They come with legal aid and all that. The people... Okay, you went down that road, but there's a lot of people that actually pay for this.
To see the amount
they make thousands.
Just to see the amount of way I was shafted, and I was this and I was that, and I mean, you look at the Look at the social work report versus the lawyer's letters versus the independent solicitor.
Aye.
There's none of her story matches up. There's none. They're off. It's three different stories.
Doesn't need it stacked against you anyway.
Where mine, you can look at it and it's the same fucking story three times.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying my story's right.
Yeah.
You've probably got my story, you've got her story, and there's something in the middle that's true. It's,
exactly, aye.
That's, and which is this interview, this is my words, this is my story, and this is my view on...
Yep.
And as a human, you're...
Get into what you want to change then.
I want fairness.
Yep.
I want this stigma that you're a dad fighting for your kids, you're a scumbag.
Yeah.
I want fairness. I want and that again, but it's not just women and guys, because there is women I know that's fighting to see their kids. The fathers know it. And I want to see what I want to change. I want parent alienation, if proven to be, could carry a jail sentence.
Right.
It's a serious offence.
Aye.
I want to see punishments, but then for people that deliberately go, no, you're not seeing your way, and get to a point where they want to use a child as ammo against another parent. That shit needs to stop, and that needs to be, and the only way that's going to stop if it carries some sort of hefty punishment.
Yeah,
that's what needs to happen. The full court system and anything. I mean, even the criminal side of it, you need to see that needs a change as well.
Yeah. So there's a shake up of the whole system, for sure. You know,
you go in, and I'm not disrespecting. I mean, I'll never disrespect the tradition, right? But see when you get into court, see when you see a judge with a stupid wig on, walking like a fanny, and then, I mean, again, this is just me. This is the way I'm. I'm abrupt. I'm blunt. I'm to the point. See when you see this court, this guy getting in like a fanny. Oh yes, all rise. Oh, and you see the court. They do this. Oh, pro rata this. Oh yes, and all these big fancy words. Fuck off. It's like, it's a show.
Aye.
It's like, if I want to see a pantomime, I'll wait till December and I'll go and watch fucking Jack Beanstalk at the Palace Theatre in Kilmarnock.
But this is what we've got.
It's shit. It's fucking nonsense.
It's like, the word draconial.
It's
an ancient system. Draconian
system. And it is.
And it needs a healthy shake-up.
It needs changed. It needs a healthy shake-up. And the only way that's going to happen...
But that loses the money. You understand that?
Well,
they lose money if they shake it up.
But that's where it goes into. See, like dads that have not been strong enough to make it through this and have they made it?
Yep.
The court, in my view, is, and the lawyers have got blood in their hands.
They have.
And it's about time they stood and were accountable for what they've...
I'd love to see what the statistics are. I don't know, you might know them, I don't know. I would love to know what the statistics are for men unaliving themselves that have been through the access battle. Because I know what it is for the other battle, which we'll not get into the day, which is the CMS, which is another battle for men. I know that there's 1,600 men a year unaliving themselves because of child maintenance service alone. And that's a fact that you can Google that, you can see that on Google. It's all out there for men to see. In fact, there's a reform minister battles that one. But there's nobody, or I'm unaware, you might be unaware, where's the politician that's battling for this side of it, the child access side of it? Do you know where? I've not seen any. I've not seen anybody on talks about it. Maybe it doesn't get the clicks and all that.
To me,
how do we get a politician? Because you and I talking about it gets us nowhere. We need a politician. It maybe gets us 2 or 3 followers.
It might take one of us or a dad to have to become a politician to fight it.
That's what it might take, and that's playing the game.
It's playing the game, and
there has to be a player one.
This is where I mean, it's. I've got a wee thing before we finish up. I've got a statement. I was going to write something that I decided, fuck it, I'm going to do it for the heart, and I'll say that to any dad out there. But I'll do that at the end.
Right.
And to me, I just think, top to bottom, this shit needs to stop.
Yep.
My story, right? You know what? Again, go back to the beginning, right? We spoke a lot about me and a lot of my story, right? That's for me to promote change. And talk about the family court system and stuff like that. I've got to go back to the beginning. I've got to tell my story. I've got to tell, and because that's all part of who I am on my words and whatnot to lead to where I am today. Now, where I am today, right? I am, as much as I still have those demons and they'll never go. There is always, it's always in there. There's no one day goes by I don't think about my kids. I'm not going to lie about it. I don't lie.
No,
I want to think about my kids every day. I see a wee boy playing football. I mean, there's your other example, right? My son plays football.
Aye.
for a local team in Kilmarnock.
Right.
I get banned for our Facebook page. Right. That goes
And you've
right.
done nothing wrong.
Yes.
There's no anything against you.
I paid money in a raffle for prizes, and I liked the post.
Aye.
My ex wasn't happy with that.
Right.
And what I get told, I chin them. And
There's
I've
no
actually,
safeguarding issues or anything. So
no, there's nothing like that.
Aye.
And I'm going to bring my phone out because I'm going to read.
yeah, read it.
Because I'm not going to hang myself by naming, but I've got this here.
Yep.
So I ripped into that. I ripped into them and basically asked the question about why I've been blocked for this page, because I could see this.
Yeah.
How do you know you're blocked? I'm like, because I have got a gaming page that I run on Facebook. I can still see it through that.
Right.
Why have you blocked my personal page? So I kind of rattled off, and then what I got was, unfortunately, any player signed the consent form is signed that who gives consent in any conditions, etc. So in this case, as mum is on forms as only parent guardian, we have to respect that. There's proof there that my ex has tried to stop me being able to actually see. The only thing I can actually see my son is videos and pictures of him playing fucking football.
Right.
It's like, how is this shit allowed?
It's quite bizarre that, because you can actually go to the school with your wee doodles that say you're a father, by the way, the 2 doodles that say you are the father, and say I want school reports. I want them sent to me as well.
Aye, I get school reports.
I want to go to parents' evenings. Yeah.
This is the other thing. I get school reports.
Right.
That's all I get.
That's all you get. So
That's all I get.
that could have been sent to the football team or not.
Oh,
I'm his dad.
Aye.
Says there, I'm her, you know.
But see, when it comes to the school reports
Aye.
and the school, now I question his attendance.
Aye.
On several occasions, I've questioned his attendance. You should see the shit I get off the guidance teacher.
Right, okay.
But I need to be careful because I have got a relative that's friends with the guidance teacher, and their husband, I believe, conversations.
Right,
I've got
okay.
an auntie that turns out to be she's a bit of an arse, and nobody really. And there's a lot of issues in the family caused by her.
Aye.
I have kind of heard through the grapevine that she's been in the background talking to this guidance teacher about stuff, and
Yeah.
it's like there's no fucking right to do that. The school broke protocol.
But it's like everyone, they've been through the same programme we've all been
Aye.
through, watching the telly, how we all gossip small towns
But I
as
went
well,
to the,
remember?
I went to the council,
Aye,
put a complaint in about the school.
right.
It says, how am I allowed to? I'm not allowed to question certain aspects that I've been told that I can't be told in. I want to know why. Meeting with the headmaster, wife came with me. We can tell you this, and this, but we can't tell you that because it's what's been put down as the wishes towards the school that this is. Now here's the comedy factor, right? So my ex gets a letter every year with contact details on it. All my contact details, my name, address, phone number, everything's on it.
Right.
I don't get one with her. So it's stuff like that. There's a
I don't understand
favouritism.
why they do that.
Well,
Why would they need to do that?
No, but I've got no
Strange
problem. See if she ever wants to come at my door and actually have an adult conversation, I'm more than happy to have that. I still stand by my statement. Mediation is an option. See if she ever wants to go through mediation and have an actual grown-up conversation instead of acting like a fucking child.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to do that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to that, I'm kind of digressing again back.
Aye,
to
that's
it.
right, that's right.
My main point of being here today is
Aye.
I want fathers to stand up together.
Change.
And brings me to my next thing. See what dads who haven't made it. It could easily have been me.
Yeah.
You know what, that place. I'm more than happy. See any dad that ever needs to support or to talk to somebody, I'm more than happy to listen.
Yeah.
Always, there's other people. And that's where we need a support network.
Yep.
Everybody needs a support network. And it's only when you find out how low life can get, you actually realise you do need somebody there to talk to. Like so you're the first person that's ever actually asked me to tell my story or let me tell my side of the story.
Yeah.
I've got people that believe whatever.
I knew it's going out to
I know it is
whoever
gonna,
watches.
And to be honest, they're probably, again, what kind of Peter said, right, there'll probably be a backlash. There'll be something gets said, no doubt. But I'm not caring. You know what?
Peter said that, nothing come.
Well,
You know?
I just think there's
2 sides to every fucking story.
there is 2 sides to every story.
Yeah.
And you know what? Her side of the story will be totally different to mine. You've got my side, then there's probably something in the middle.
Aye.
Because
Exactly.
the thing is, we've got strong every day. All I can say is I will admit I've done wrong.
Yeah. Every bit of negative comments or feedback I've ever had for every single podcast I've ever done, which is only about, I reckon what it is, right? I invite them to come and tell their side. I've yet to find one in all the years, 3 years now. Not one has come and said their side. They're all keyboard warriors. They'll all put you down on social media and everything like that, but they'll not come and sit and spout out what they're saying.
See, that's where my kind of side things come from, because I'm more than happy. If I thought I was, see what I was I'll say the target of or victim of somebody's, I thought somebody saying something, I'd be more than happy going to my side of the story. That's the difference. I can hold my head up high, right? See, at the end of the day,
see, the ones that can hold their head up high, they're the ones that can sit in the chair.
I can hold my head up high because I tried.
People don't sit in the chair because they've got something to hide.
I fought a battle through the courts, and I lost, and I tried.
Yeah.
And until I actually get to sit down and speak to my son properly, and you know what, he might come back as an adult, he might know. I don't know. I don't know. It's,
just don't know.
Lifestyle. It's until, and I've got to a point where
brace yourself in case one of his wee pals or somebody's mum sees this and then passes it down and he gets to see it.
I think
you never know.
It probably will, because there is going to be, when this goes live, it will be probably shared about, and there will be. Listen, there's a loads of folk know me and my ex. We know who we were. We know we're together. And
you're not here browbeating her.
No,
you know what I mean. You're no browbeating your ex. It's just about seeing your son.
See, at the end of the day, right?
And your daughter.
I have got some, and for what little respect I have got left for her, because I will respect her as my kids' mum, but I have got zero respect for her as a person.
Yeah, but you don't have to have, and she doesn't have to have it. You know what I mean? You're only together.
No, that's.
He's brought two lives into the world, and it should be them that's more important than used to.
This is where your examples of manipulation and stuff like that. I mean, I remember it was when things were still going good between us. It's like my daughter's 17th birthday. So she put up a wee post on Facebook. It's such and such. 17 today. Keep kind of smiling, keep going. I made a comment on it. We made an amazing daughter together. We should be proud of ourselves.
Yeah.
I get ripped apart for that.
Right.
Do you know, I think that's a bit weird how you're saying we made. Everybody knows where she's came from, and I'm like, you're trying to fucking control what I'm saying on your Facebook post. Fuck off. So I get made change it, and I remember because it was quite funny because the wife found it not long ago because I screenshotted the conversation and sent it to her.
Fair enough.
And you've got me being the typical wind up. I mean, I will openly admit I'm a fucking wind up person. So you've got me, and no bother, you're the virgin. Whatever her name is, it says you continue that kid on you're the virgin. It was an immaculate conception. Fuck off, man. Honestly, I'm like, she's 17. She knows where fucking kids come from. It's a fucking. But I go in for that comment, and you're sitting there going, control manipulation from the beginning. And this is my problem. I've got. I always said I would never ever. The next person that tried to control me, it wouldn't be. I'm off.
Yeah,
and I'm quite fortunate when. I've got a group of pals. I've not been for a bevy watching the football for away last year before I was married, right?
What good does it do anyway? You're just masking on with a drink at the end of the day.
There's a running joke.
You're a lively character. If you can have a laugh and a joke without the drink, why do you need it then?
There's a running joke that I'm not with it. It's like,
fair enough.
That's not the case. The wife would happily go, away you go, because that's what she says. You see, when you've got a drink in you, number one, you're not nasty. You don't go out and get into bother. So you're stupid. You fucking, the stupidity and the nonsense just goes up at a level. She says, you're fucking forever on the wind up. And she says, I'm a funny drunk, so, I mean.
Nothing wrong with that.
So it's I'll take that, you know what I mean? It's like, but.
Advice then, right? Because I think what we're into, what time are we into? That's about an hour, 40 minutes. Believe that?
Fucking hell.
Time travel. Time fucking travel, right? So that's about an hour 40 minutes, right? I think people see the errors that you've made, the errors you're admitting to. They'll have seen the errors that I've made and what I've admitted to in the past. They'll see Peter's as well. And hopefully somebody, like we say, will get something right in the middle and listen to us all. This is only the start. We're only just starting the ball rolling, trying to get people to talk and tell their story.
This is where it's kind of bringing to my kind of we're obviously nearing the end of the kind of convo, but to me, I'm going to urge, and this is what I was actually going to try and write something, but I decided, you know what, wing it, go with it.
I think it's a good time to take that because that's going to be a good bit of advice. I think.
From
so somebody, I'm going to shut up and let you talk.
From somebody that's been in a dark place and went through stress and anxiety, and had a lot of dark thoughts and a lot of demons. I urge anybody that's in that position to talk to anybody.
Talk to them.
And if one person doesn't listen, try somebody else. And even if I don't know somebody and somebody comes to me and asking for advice, it's in a dark place as a dad or as a parent looking for help, I'm never going to turn anybody away. This is me putting on the cape to help anybody. I urge anybody that's got suicidal thoughts or don't want to be here to get help, to speak to somebody, and don't let the demons win. Don't let a manipulative, nasty exit win. Do not give up. Do not. There is people, there's like Andy's Man Club, there's so many support groups out there, GPs. I've got to thank the Ayrshire mental health team. They were fantastic with me. That wee lassie Laura, she was fucking outstanding. As I said, she had 2 sessions with me saying, blah, blah, blah. We spent the other 8 talking about holidays and fucking stupid stories. I just urge anybody out there to get help, to speak and to stand up against this bullshit that's forever. It's been on for too long. Yeah. When you look it through history, you look it through years and years and years, and the manipulation through the court, through the court system being wrong. This is something that needs to stop. This is something that people need to take a stand against, and I call it band of brothers, band together.
I'm going to add to that by saying, see his reread book, if you had your reread book up, that's, you remember a thing called This Is Your Life? Well, this isn't your life, that's his. But I guarantee you'll have another red book exactly like it. The bit of advice I want to add to this one is like, he's a gamer. He knows he's a player in the game. My advice to everybody is learn the game, because once you learn the game, nobody else can play you. You become player 1, they become player 2, and if you learn the rules, you play by the rules and you play far, far better. It's when you don't learn the game that you end up. I
was unfortunate I didn't learn the game until it was too late. Yeah. And if I had learned the game before, I'd have probably represented myself. You know what? I'd have probably made a dick of it, but I'd have gave it a better go than what my... It's quite funny. There's a kids' cartoon, and everybody's seen it. It's got kids that seen it, right? How to Train Your Dragon. See the thing, Toothless? That was my lawyer. Toothless. Toothless and spineless. And I only found out when I requested my subject access request. Right. Found out you could do that. Right. I found out what actual opinions of me were. Right. Wow. So somebody made a rip roaring dicky and gave me her notes. Right. And there's shit that she told blatant lies. Wow. Because apparently you put down on that. And I stopped reading it. Yeah. After about 5 minutes, I thought, I'm not reading this, but my wife's read it. She says she don't want to go fucking any further into this. The opinions that she had of me was I was doing this to get to my ex. I'm like, you fucking for real? That's what the wife said to me. She says, I was with you at every meeting. She says, there's no way in a million years that you made this about you and her. Because, it's in there in black and white. That wasn't made about me and her. Strange, isn't it? And you're straight away, that's when you look at, corruption. Aye. So much corruption. Listen, it's a big... We've said it. To change, they lose thousands, millions, hundreds of millions they lose to change this throughout the UK. Because we're no unique up here in Scotland. That's all over. Problem you've got is the laws in England are different than up here. They are, aye. So you need... If we are this UK government, and this needs to be widespread... Yep. The full thing needs to be looked at from top to bottom. Yeah. And that's before you even what you touched on the CMS. Before you even get to that point. There's hours of fucking chat on the CS. Yes. The battle for access is my main kind of concern. And I just don't want... It needs fucking changed. For me telling my story, a lot of fuck ups, a lot of mistakes, a lot of aggro and a lot of shit basically. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping somebody listens to me this and goes, you know what, that's not the way I'm going to play it. Yeah. Play it smart, play it calm, play it clever. Learn the rules before you go for any help. And if you learn the rules, you'll not need a lawyer to help you, because you'll know it. The one thing I've always said, and I've kind of said to the missus is, if you argue with truth and logic, you're never going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Something I did.
Aye.
So I was wrong on that one. Truth and logic doesn't get you anyone in the family court.
Is there anything else you want to say? Because we're nearly a couple of hours in.
Just that.
Hang on, I'll get it. There you go. It's on that one.
Don't ever give up, and just don't ever get to that dark place. Talk, because as a guy, and what I found was getting upset, crying isn't weak. Talking to each other isn't weak.
Yeah.
Talking is a problem shared, a problem halved.
Yeah.
And talk is, like I said, I have Steven Daly, Facebook.
Yeah.
Anybody that's struggling can message me, and I'm not saying I'll be much help, but I'll listen.
And likewise, most of you know it's the Fly Fifer on Facebook. If you can't get him, get it to me and I'll send it to him, or we'll link these up somehow. I'm going to hit the wee jingle, because I don't often hit the wee jingle, but I'm going to hit it, and we'll just do a wee parting comment when this is over.
Still don't know how to party. No party people ever talk to me. No, always over for it started. Still don't know how to party. Still don't know how to party.
But you know what? Fucking thank you.
Thank you.
That's nearly 2 hours.
Still don't know how to party.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I wish that was the first time I'd heard that story. It's just too
thank
many
you. Thank you for
dads.
listening and giving me the opportunity.
Right, parting comment to your camera. Go for it. Say what you want to say.
Don't give up, guys. Keep fighting. Don't let demons win. Don't let darkness win. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and as a group of people, and I believe standing together, we can force change. And that's what I want to promote. And there's things in process, there's things in play, and this will change at some point, and we will have a better chance. And I just hope I see it in my kids. If not, I'm hoping to change somebody else's life and help. So that's what I can say is thanks for listening, and I hope my story helps somebody not make the same mistakes I did.
It's amazing. There's hundreds out there. And that is why I do this. To speak to people like that. To get the stories out. To help at least one. But I know we're helping more than one, Stephen. We definitely are. So I'm just going to say adios, amigos. I'm out. Help me help you enjoy what you see. By just, click the button. Subscribe, like, and share with your friends. You won't like everything. But you might like something. And that is why I do this. It is done purely as a hobby and as a passion to talk to people, hear people's stories, not to be judgmental on anything at all. Race, religion, colour or creed does not matter to me on this podcast. I will talk to anyone about anything, and I look forward to talking to you. So we wore a very apt top today, because I was getting ripped into about making this video, and it is, shh, no one cares. But you do, because 30,000 of you are watching on occasion. Stop curtain twitching, start hitting that little buzzer, hit the little bell, hit subscribe, and help me help this channel grow. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Right, back to the whatever we're doing.